Hi everyone, welcome back to the another video. In this video, we're going to talk about LB dataset. We'll be having the similar structure. We have header part here. So the LB is the main dataset name, the domain name. We have a raw dataset as an input. Okay, then in the output, we'll be having SDTM LB dataset there. Okay, thereafter, we will be considering the similar thing. We're just trying to clear up all the dataset, whatever our dataset we have it previously. We are clearing those ones by using this RM list. Okay, if you want to clear the console, you just press Ctrl L. It will automatically remove that one. And then the next one we will be calling the reading the libraries. So haven't tidy was it will be the similar structure how we did in the previous classes. Okay, next. So we setting up the working directory will be the similar thing, and we check the working directory. Currently we are working, so it is in our working day. So I just trying to minimize this part so that we'll be having larger things. uh, large screen. Okay, so we are importing the raw data sets which are in the SAS format. So we are this one is giving that the raw data set folder here. If you go to that next, so will we go if we go here, just give a second, let me. Okay, so here we have a raw data set. So these are the SAS 7.7b dot format. So we trying to import those raw data sets. Then we read those raw data set by using the read hyphen SAS. That is the function in R. Um, so when you check when you reading that SAS data set into the R environment. Okay. So the path are not found. So let me run this one first. So now we have the LB raw dataset here. Then we'll be having the DM dataset. Okay, so the DM dataset is SGTM dataset which we already created. So this DM SAS datasets we need for study day calculations. So for that I am reading that part now. Okay, so I'm creating the new dataset called LB1, and we're using the assignment operator. And then we have a LB is the raw dataset. This is the raw dataset, and we have a pipe symbol to continue with the next process. Okay, so next we will be having the method functions. The method function is coming from the deployer package, and this is basically if you need to add if you need to create a new columns, and if you want to modify existing columns, so we have to use this one. Okay, this is quite a straightforward data set. It is a work similar like AE how we did, and just directly mapping to the variables. So here is a study ID. The trimws function is a work similar like string functions to compress the extra blanks. You have any space in between. So the study id is a study id. If you check the specification here, so we have required variables and expected, and there are some permissible variables. So we consider first with the permissible, removing that permissible variable, and we're considering all these variables should have to be included into the final data set. Okay, so here we have study id. The study id is we set to 0.09, and either you can keep. Okay, let me open the raw data set here. In the raw data set we have study id. So that's the so we have to consider the capital case. R is a more case sensitive case sensitive, so we should have to be consider if it is a capital, so we should have to give a capital, so otherwise it will give an error. Okay, then the domain is the two letters LB. As per control terminology also we can check in the LB we have so if you click on that LB dataset, we can go here long time. So here is the LB dataset. In LB dataset, this is come under classification of the findings. So the LB dataset will be having one record per lab test, per time point, per visit, per subjects. So for each individual subject, will be having a multiple records here. Either it will be having by test, or will be having with the time point, or will be having with the visit wise, and will so they have a multiple records for each individual. So that is kind of data structure for the LB. And we'll be having the the how we check in the AE. So we'll be having some variables. So here we have control terminology. Then here is a topic is LB test CD, that is a topic variable, the main variable for this particular data set. Okay, so just next we continue with programming here. So the subject ID will be considered as a subject ID. Check here is a subject ID. I would Okay, so the permissible variable subject ID. Okay, so we don't have subject ID in this here, so will be considering that part for now, because if you want to merge with the DM dataset, we should need a subject ID. So the site, even if you want to create a unique subject ID, right? For that also we need a subject ID. So in the subject ID here, so we have a mapper to subject ID, then we have a site here, we map to the site. Okay, then we have to create a unique subject ID. It's a concatenate function, so we using the paste 0 is a concatenate function, so a combination of study ID and site ID and subject ID, and it is separated by the hyphen. Okay, then we'll be creating the lab test ID. So based on because of specification, let me put this one filtered out first, move the permissible variable for now. So I get LB test CD, so we have to map to test CD, and there is a control terminology for this one. And if you go to the control terminology, and if you click on control F, and we'll be pasting this part, then we'll be checking for this one. So because if you get like small lowercase, and you will be presented in capital letters uppercase, so that is one of very important, you have to check always. So that's why I'm string to upper. So this is the one of the function we use it to, in case for the variable values convert from lowercase to uppercase. Okay, the next one will laboratory test. This is also sentence. Okay, so the string to sentence case, which is so basically this is use it for string to sentence case, because you are doing the prop case. For example, here is uppercase and lowercase, string to uppercase, and this is a sentence we use it for prop case. If you check the control terminology here, I mean, if you check for this lab test, if you check this control terminology, so here the submission value is in the prop case, and for that reason we have to use okay, when you check LB test in the test variable here, it is also is already in the prop case. So there is no use to use string to sentence, but for just in case in future, if you have any in between, if you have any capital letters uppercase, so it will automatically change to prop case. So for now I keep it as it is. And the laboratory category, so we have to map it as per the cat so the cat value, I mean cat variable in the raw data set. So let's check the cat here. So where is it? So here is it is in the capital letters uppercase. So let me check in the if there is any window. So this is just as per the client sponsor. So what I'm trying to say, when you get when you get a asterisk mark, it is up to the sponsor how they want to represent in the final one. There is no control terminology for that one, so we can keep it as it is. So this is the strip function. So if there is any blanks in between, so we will remove extra blanks. It will remove it compress. So then original units, laboratory original units. So as per the specification, we have to map to the value wall value in the wall variable name in the raw data set. Okay, so if you check in the values, these are in the, so we have some characters as well. So characters and the integer part, I mean floating parts have there. So we'll directly map to them, and the units will be the unit part. So here as a unit, so we'll be mapping that part, and the laboratory original low. So the reference range lower limit standard units. So we keep it as LO here. There is a variable name is LO, and the upper limit is a variable name UP. So we keep both for high and lower reference range for the standard upper limit and lower limit. Then for the standardized, so the result finding in the character format. So we keep it as the stdd wall. So when you check here, so the character result finding standard format, there is a control terminology, and it is assigned to the standard value. So let me check the control terminology first. So basically this is giving in the negative and positive. So it is in the uppercase, right? Uppercase and negative parity. Let me check for the stand value in the raw data set. So it has given, like, it is already given in the uppercase, so we don't need to change for now. So I can keep it as trim drugs. Okay, for the standard result character format. Then we have to apply the standard unit, and then you directly map to the standard unit here, a standard unit. Then lower limit and standard lower limit and upper limit, you do the same thing for these three, how we did with original and the standard units. Then the standard result numeric format. Okay, so this is the numeric format. So we have in the numeric format here, so we directly map to this numeric format, because you can see there is no character values are here, so related to only numeric part. Okay, then we'll be having the character, then we'll be having the character format for the standard unit, standard results. So we map to the stdt wall here, so stdt wall. Then next we continue with the laboratory range indicator. So the laboratory range indicator will be considering either INDA, so high, normal, high, because the indicator is mean how much the shift was happened prior to administration of the treatment and after administration of the treatment. So in this we can conclude, we can give that kind of information from this variable. So I'm mapping with in INDI here. Then visit num, the cases, like if it is three phases, right? So the screening, period 1 and period 2. So here we are applying the case when statement. So in case if it is this thing and this is the tilde symbol, and make sure you will be having a double quote, because you are assigning double equal, sorry, will be considering this part, and we are giving that name for this variable visit num. Yes, this is numeric format. So if you had a screening and it gives a 0 to the visit num, if it is period 1 and it will give the visit num to 1, and if it is period 2 it will give the 2 to visit num. Okay. Yes, so thereafter we'll be considering. Yes, so the next we're deriving that lab baseline flag. So the baseline flag we considering based on the two conditions. So here when you get check here, this is a baseline flag and this is derived, there is no programming notes. So anyway, so if you have a visit screening, so we don't if it is visit screening and original units of lab is not equal to missing, then we consider as a flag equal to y. Okay, if it is screening and the LB original units, basically this is a baseline values. Okay, and if you don't have that information, we consider as a y. Okay, let me run first this one, the previous data set. I will check if we have any errors. So basically we don't have any errors. All the mapping all the mapping variables are here. Okay, now next we continue with this part, and LB fast equal to y. When you check LB fast here, if you have anything here, so okay, so the LB fast, so the fasting status is permissible variable and we have to set to y. Okay, so there is no need to check for the control terminal because we are directly set to y. Then LBDTC is the date format of the lab, which is the character format. We are converting to the characters because it is in numeric format, right? So we are changing into character as per the specification here. When you check in the specification for LBDTC, so it is in the character format, right? So we considering that part as a date now as character date. Then LBDTSCN we can be changing into the numeric format as dot date. LBDTC format, so we're converting them as a year, month and date format. Okay, so let's run this one first, and we don't have any mistakes here. So LB2 here, so LB2, when you check the LB2 data set, so we have a character format of the LBDTC and the numeric format of, okay, there is an unknown, so but anyway this is the numeric format of that LBDTC. Now we have to derive that steady day calculations. So here we need RF STDTC. So when you check the under terminology, So when you go to check the study day for the control terminology, LBDY, the algorithm calculation must be relative to the sponsor defined RF STDTC. Okay, so this is the part. So we have to check from the demographic. So we study a specimen collection. Okay, we go check, we need this DM dataset, and here we am changing convert DTC D2 because I'm considering only the date part. Done. I'll be having a 3 variables here, right? So this is the one we need for calculating that study day. Then we have sort these two order LDM1 before we merge, right? We have to sort by unique subject ID. Then we combined. So here also the similar thing. So we do merge with the DM1 with LB2. Okay, so by use subject ID, then we continue with the pipe symbol. LB divided if else if there is no missing value, and LBTCN, and less than, okay, less than equal to RF, not equal to if there is no missing value in a reference start date, then we consider LBTCN minus RF STDTN, else LBTCN minus RF plus 1. Then we continue with the group by unique subject ID because we are doing with the group by. Okay, then we have created the LB sequence. So when you open the LB3 here, okay, so we got all our sequence here, 74 BDY. Okay, so next one is the final part. That is, we are selecting what are the required variables we need. So we are selecting all of them here, and we're considering LBDY. So this is the final data set. So we got all the selected variables, right? Okay. Next, so we are applying the labels for these variables. Then we apply these labels to the variable names. So we need to run this one first, then this one. Then we sort based on the unit subject ID LB test cd visit num. Okay. Okay, so then we save this one into the RDS format. Okay, let's go and check. Okay, so here we have that data set. So we just copy Control X and we keep it in the LB dataset here. So the final dataset is LB final. So we'll have 3920 observations and 22 columns. So this is the way of we do mapping for LB dataset, LB variables. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching.